All right, thanks. So again, we want to welcome everybody here, and thank you all for coming. We are 13 today, a little slight, but we know our numbers will increase as the year goes by. So we're going to do our business meeting first, and I would like to invite Sue Shin to come up, and we'll get the minutes approved. They are on your table, so if you just kind of briefly read them over, and then Sue.
This is the minutes of April 12th, 2022. Does anyone have any corrections or additions to the minutes? Well then, the minutes stand approved as written. Thank you.
And Margot, if you would come up and give us a brief treasurer's report, please.
I'm having computer problems, so I didn't break it down. But we have $148,675.59 in our combined accounts, which is basically 2 years of our budget, which is what I like to have because we don't have any insurance. And we have this year had quite a few days where they've had to close tenting or the hurricanes, and we don't have to worry about it. We still are very successful, so.
Yes, we'll talk a little bit about what we do with all the money that we earn. You'll notice on your tables, thank you Edna very much for the decorations today. And on the table is the Hunger Funds cans, or these are boxes, and they're just beautiful. So if you would like to donate something to that, it all goes to the food pantry, the money does. And other than that, I don't have any old business or new business unless anybody has new business. Okay, I will ask that I just announced that the next meeting that we have will be December 13th, and Mary Dewar will be coming to play her flute with a partner, and we will be doing some caroling and enjoy Mary Dewar's program. So I hope you all can come and to bring a friend. Anybody has any more business? I wanted this abbreviated because other things are going to be mentioned during our presentation. So with that, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I'll make a motion.
Margot makes the motion, Jean seconds, all in favor? Aye. Okay, we are adjourned, and now we will get to our program. Can I get someone to turn off the lights just so we can see our presentation here? That's on it.
Other side.
Thank you, Peggy. That's perfect. That's good. All right. So we are the Guild. We are the Guild. We are an organization of Roser Church that is dedicated to loving Christ, sharing His grace, and serving all. I would like to begin with a poem that was written by Anne C. Classing, and I believe it was in around 2000.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful poem about our Roser Guild. A salute to all the ladies of the Roser Women's Guild with Christian living and service on this foundation we always build. On the second Tuesday of each month, we gather for good food and greeting, followed by a devotion and a program and business of our meeting. Our circles are an important part of building friendships true. Eve and Hannah Lydia, Naomi and Rebecca too. Each circle meeting with hands in friendship we join. With generous hearts we contribute to the Sunshine Funds and Lease Coin. The thrift shop has been open for the past several years. We give thanks to Margaret Art and her many volunteers. With the money from the thrift shop, we become a faithful partner of funds to our Roser Church, Rabonia, and the Community Center. There are others we help along the way. We always give it with love, knowing that everything we have is a gift from God above. Funds are set aside each year, and scholarships we impart, helping young folks with tuition and getting them off to a proper start. On the first Friday of each month, we are extremely delighted to meet with other of Christian faith at the Church Women United. Some of the women assemble twice a month for a sewing bee, stitching and tying blankets to present at the Migrant Tea. Cookies for College Kids is a project in October each year. We send boxes of goodies to our youth with happiness and good cheer. The prayer chain is a vital part of the Guild's spiritual life. We know our prayers are a comfort to those in trouble and strife. We may have a wish for each of you as you live each passing day. May God bless every one of you as you continue in His way. There are things there that we have done in the past that are no longer being done. For instance, like the cookies for the college kids, that's no longer being done.
You know what?
Why? No, I don't know why.
Some of the powdered sugar got out of the box,
Oh, okay.
and the people in the post office, at that time, there was a scare having to do
Okay.
with a poison or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. It was mad cow disease or something like that.
And so, you know,
Powder from the powdered sugar came out of the boxes, so it had to be discontinued. Kind of a statement of the times we're in.
I will call Ann and tell her that you read her poem.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah.
So let's go back. We were organized on June 18th, 1959. We're 51 years old. So as stated in our bylaws, our purpose is to unite all women in Christian living and service, to take part in such service and activities as will strengthen the church and improve civic, community, and world conditions. This is in our yearbook, and I wonder how many of us have really read that. Our very first president was Mrs. Theodore Patsky. Does anyone remember her? Well, we can be thankful to her and for the women that are our matriarchs of this guild, because with her guidance and through the help of these early members, we have sustained a wonderful guild that continues to serve. At this time, I would really like to recognize the member that has been a part of the guild the longest. So, do you remember what year you began guild? Jane?
Yeah, about 92.
92? Were you before that, Peggy?
oh yeah, 77.
77? Marion, when did you start coming? The guild. So Peggy, it seems like you won the prize today. So as being the longest attending member of guild, I would like to give you this certificate to Holy Cow. So come on up.
Thank you.
All right, I want you
you turn around and look at the camera so people can see? This is Peggy, Peggy Nash. Here's your certificate. Enjoy. Enjoy your holy
Somebody should be taking our picture with my camera.
We'll get it.
How nice. Like holy cow.
I think we had monthly meetings back then, probably all year long. Was that right, Peggy? We had monthly meetings all year round?
No, they were from October
October
through May.
through
Our
May.
picnic was.
We still had those seasonal visitors, it looks like. And then I found in 1991, we had an annual budget of just $11,400. So I want you to kind of compare that now when I talk later about our budget, how much our annual budget is today. And you'll see how far we've come since 91. So how did they raise funds? Back then, they had two annual fundraisers. One was the Sea Grape Bazaar and the other was the fashion show. At the Sea Grape Bazaar, this was really a big event and they worked all year long for it. They made items, they planned things to sell. And then at the bazaar, they also had people that came forward and they made baked home goods. They did have a big luncheon, and at that luncheon, I found this out from the Braden Herald. They served hot chicken salad, Swedish meatballs, penny carrot salad. Now that had me curious. Is Penny a name of a person?
No, sliced and pennies.
Sliced.
I've never heard that before. Sliced like pennies. Oh, funny. Penny carrot salad. Someone might have the recipe to share next time. Sea grape white bread, and of course, sea grape salad. And I have no idea jelly, excuse me, I don't know how to make that jelly, but that would be interesting if someone could come up with that recipe again, just for fun. So the Braden Herald in 1990 reported that this bazaar, this one event, made $7,000, so that was pretty good. Peggy has something to say.
Actually, there were two. There was a white elephant sale.
A white elephant sale as well.
After the
bazaar?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that might have helped with some of the items then. I did not know that, but thank you for adding that.
I don't know when the style shows actually started. I don't remember them.
So this is the original Roser Cottage, and this is when they're working on it, putting a new roof and everything. But you can see from this picture that it looks like where the annex starts now, that was a garage. It had a front porch added, and it was just a little bedroom, one bedroom, two bedroom place with a little family room and a kitchen. And the kitchen is where now the dressing room is. It was that's where it was. So in the early 80s, the church used this cottage to help out two families, refugees families, one from Vietnam and one from Cambodia. And the Guild did play an important part in this, supporting these families. So here are the families. It's the Lam family and the Seha family. Okay, can you just imagine back then in a war-torn country and coming to America and just looking at what's my future going to be, and then coming to Anna Maria, and what joy and relief that must have been for them.
And a few years ago, one of them did stop back by.
Margot said one of them did stop back.
You probably have it looking picture.
I don't remember who it was, but I was there that day.
Okay. So our little thrift shop has had a lot of history, and we did emphasize a lot of that in our April Guild meeting this year when we honored Margaret Art. It was established in 1997. Margaret Art was instrumental in creating this idea and seeing it through, and how much how much she has done for the thrift shop to keep it going all these years. So Margaret, if you are watching us online, please know how grateful we are to you. And as you just put in a few things here, we are open 11 months of the year. We usually take the month of August off to do our deep cleaning. Our business hours, we're open on Tuesdays, Thursdays from 9 to 2, and Saturdays from 10 to 1. And our days where we restock the shelves and sort out all our donations are on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9 to 11. And we do need help. Okay, so the other fundraiser was the fashion show. And these were some earlier pictures that I found. Do you recognize anybody?
Yeah,
Priscilla and Peggy Nash. Peggy, do you recognize yourself? So, yes, the fashion show would take items from the thrift shop, and then we would have it. Peggy, did they always have a luncheon with the fashion show, or did that come later?
I really don't remember.
Jean, do you remember? Because I know you were real.
I think we always had a luncheon, didn't we, Peggy? I'm pretty sure.
I think probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty
No.
sure.
So it was, again, a big deal to have these fashion shows, and we love them. So I thought we would just sit back for a minute, and I will show you a review of last year's. Yeah, that's Kurt, Ginger's husband. So another very integral part of our guild are these circles. They're very important. The difference between the circles and the guilds is the circles is a subsidiary of the guild, and it consists of smaller groups of women who gather for a more intimate spiritual fellowship. I think a lot of close friendships are created in the circles. At one time there were 11 circles, and they had up to 23 members in each group. And today, and they met at night, they had some that met at night in the evening, and today we only have 2 active groups, which we've just recently combined for a while because our numbers were down, and I think COVID had a lot to do with things, and people getting away from wanting to gather as groups, and so we're hoping that we can bring people back. So we're going to go back, and I want to see if you can recognize any of these pictures from our circles. Any faces? Some recent and some others that were you'll notice a lot of the winter visitors that aren't here too, that do normally come. So recently, a couple weeks ago, the Naomi and the Rebecca circles met to determine the future of our circles. And at this meeting, it was decided to keep the meeting as a group. Women felt that it was very important to keep going as a group, that they desired the fellowship and the friendship in this casual setting. They want to begin the circle meetings with devotions and have some maybe small topic that we can talk about and to have time for socializing. So we are going to determine in January whether we'll meet as 2 groups or 1. But for now, because we're so small, we're going to meet as one group, and our next meeting will be here in the Fellowship Hall, December 7th at 10 o'clock. We hope more of you can join us. So, who do we support as a guild? Well, over 20 charities. We support the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranch. Now, this organization helps troubled youth. It helps to set their lives back on track through education and through work. They have family houses where they have a parent, not their parents, but they have a parent or a couple that are with them, and they have devotions every night, and they learn how to live as a family. They learn just how to emphasize education and how important it can be in their lives and everything. Very worthwhile organization for us to support. And once a year, they do give a open house, don't they, Peggy? I think they do.
I don't know that they do any longer.
Okay. Well, that information I don't have then.
I believe they did last year.
Yeah, they've been having that. Yes, because I went there once with Shola and Dan.
Oh, yeah, I know we did.
Well, I think they had it this year.
Well, but they closed our local unit down.
Okay,
Unity. Woman.
okay.
Yeah.
It's a statewide, we did have a local chapter here in Manatee County. It is statewide, it's still important to support these youth. We also support the Wildlife Rescue, and this chapter is a local chapter which helps educate people, and especially in schools, and to rescue animals. We do crop walk every year. Ginger Hune usually is the one that organizes this. It's an annual walk, and we donate to that. And all the proceeds go to the Hunger Fund, go to the food pantry. Then the Salvation Army, we do support our local chapter. You know many things that the Salvation Army does, so I'm not going to list them. The SELA Foundation is a foundation that are helping women to break away from the bonds of sex trafficking. And it's a local chapter here. Unfortunately, Manatee County has a huge population of, it's pretty dire. So I'm proud that our organization is giving to this. And then we also support all island denominations. And off the top of my head, I think we give to the Easter Sunrise Service and the food pantry gift cards. They buy gift cards for Publix to give out to people that need food.
Our food pantry does that.
Our food pantry, yes. But through the island denomination, what we give helps out. So here are some more organizations that we support. Turning Point, which helps women get back on their feet. Sometimes some of them have been incarcerated, some of them are just homeless, and they need clothes, which we always are getting clothes and shoes and things like that from our thrift shop. So that is a huge help.
That's men too, isn't it? That's
Yes, it is men too.
Yeah.
Loving Hands and Turning Point are basically the same. Foundation for Dreams, the Dream Oak Camps. These are helping children with special needs and have chronic illnesses, and they help them out in a recreative camp environment. Then there's the Global Services Network, and we all know the Bachmans, Jonathan and Robin. This supports their local campus ministry, and how many souls have they brought to Christ in the college atmosphere where they really need it. Agape Flights. This is a very important part of the Caribbean. They fly in medical supplies, food, other kinds of supplies, clothing, whatever they need to Caribbean nations, particularly Haiti. A huge ministry in Haiti. Most recently, one of their planes was hijacked in Haiti, and they have since then been able to repair it. God is really good in helping this organization. Roser Church, we also help out. I don't know if you know, we contribute to the money in the general fund, but then we also give a one-time gift to Roser, and we've supported different fundraisers, such as the most recent, I believe, was the grand piano. We gave money to that, but there are other ways we have contributed. Yes, Peggy.
We actually were responsible for the remodeling of the kitchen and
Okay.
all that remodeling.
Peggy's reminding me that we were responsible for the remodeling of the kitchen. So
It was all very different one time ago.
yeah, we have stepped forward at many occasions to different areas of need for the church. So at this time, I would like Peggy to tell us a little bit about Church Women United.
Christian women from Manatee County do gather once a month on the first Friday of the month at various churches, and we hosted them here last month, or the meeting before the last one was here, and it was our privilege to have people come, and it's a wonderful, to my way of thinking, fellowship. Was to be able to worship.
A little louder. That's better.
Good for us to be able to worship together with women of other churches. And this coming Friday, we will be taking all the quilts and gifts that you all have provided over to meet together at what's known as our migrant tea, and we will be at Trinity United Methodist Church, which is right on Manatee Avenue, so it's easy for us to get there. Yesterday I delivered 110 quilts that are there already from us, and Margot has quite a list of all the things that we have provided. And at our last meeting, I was presented, and maybe you've seen the picture, with this lovely certificate of recognition that I was surprised and pleased. I don't know that we've ever given a certificate like that before or received one, but we were the first, and it belongs to all the ladies who help in many ways, most especially the ones who help with the sewing, but we all do different things. So as I said, it pleased me very, very much. And Church Women United each month has requests. We have given over 3,000 shoes, pairs of shoes, through Church of Women United. That's been our big charity, okay? Through the schools generally, nursery schools and so forth. But our treasurer is the person in charge of delivering the shoes and of course they have a board at Church Women United and agree as to where next and so forth that we can support. Always need money. Our treasurer's report is, like, I think $4,000 that we have available for whatever, and that's the bottom line, where you hear what we have at Guild-wise. But I'm very thankful that the Guild does support many charities. And we will have on the bulletin board where all the meetings are and what we're asked to bring to share. Okay? Non-perishable food is what we took to the last meeting. And then the next one will be our migrant tea, and it's gifts for the migrant families, and they will be their Christmas gifts. Actually, the parents get to come and choose what they want from the things that we take. So every month there's something, a request for something, and we do have a list of where the meetings will be and what they would like us to share. I thank you for being a part of it, and let me know if you can go with us. If you'd like to go Friday morning, we'll be taking the rest of the stuff that was in our narthex Sunday. Thanks. Okay, this is the treasurer's report. I told you it was 4,000 something. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, and then these are the other organizations that we support. Our Daily Bread, which is our Bradenton Soup Kitchen, and our Ariana Fund. We know Ariana and her whole story of being born at 11 ounces and all the medical expenses incurred for Charles and Brenda, and she's just our little miracle baby. So every year we do give money to this fund. And also in our thrift shop, we have a little piggy bank. Some of you know the little pink piggy bank. And that is our Ariana Fund. And I think we do very well in that. Maybe Peggy, did we do almost $100 a month or close to that? Yeah, so that's pretty good.
And that's when people say keep the change, that generally goes there. And often they'll put in other bills.
So Peggy's saying that if they purchase something at the thrift shop, they have extra change, they'll say keep it, and then we'll put it in the piggy bank for them so that it will go to Ariana, our sweet little Ariana, who's now, what is she, 6? I think she's 6 years old.
And she is doing very well, that they are locking off her trach every once in a while, and she's going in for testing, I think the end of this, or no, I think in December.
Yeah,
And Charles says she is doing fantastic, and I guess the test is going to be an hour or more without the thing, and she's already almost up to that.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay.
she's up to an hour without the use of the trach too. That's wonderful. And then we also support our Roser Pantry. You can see how we keep things local, and sometimes we go a little farther out. But our food pantry is so important to helping the homeless and those less fortunate living on the island. They may be working on the island, and they just can't make ends meet. So we try to meet those needs. And we also have a donation bucket. Besides giving to the food pantry, we have a donation bucket in the thrift shop. Easter Seals, we are continuing to help those children in special needs. They have a house where these students can go and get educated. Hope Seeds, we have a group here that helps out with the packing of these seeds, but we also give money to the organization so that these packets can get to farmers all over the world. And then these farmers are learning to feed themselves. Instead of just getting money, they're actually learning to feed themselves. And then there's Anchor House, it's a ministry that helps crew members of ships far away from home. And because of immigration, etc., some of them never leave those ships for a long, long period of time. I know we knit hats sometimes for them, and we give donations. Well, not pictured is our newest mission that we decided to bring on, and it's called Bring On the Ministry. I don't know if you know the connection with Holy Cow, but Melinda has started this ministry. She's part owner of Holy Cow, and this ministry helps homeless, again, of Bradenton, with food and helping them find services like dental or vision or medical services and stuff like that. But the big thing is that they purchased a shower trailer. And this trailer goes from one spot to another 4 days a week, so a person can get a shower twice a week. And it's very, it's a needed ministry for the people on the streets. So we have voted to take them on and give them a donation as well this year. So
We have to approve that in our January budget. That's not-
yes, okay. It's not official. It's not official, Margot reminds me. It will be approved
If we pass our budget.
if we pass our budget. Thank you, Margot. You keep me honest. And then this is a very important part of our ministry, the Migrant Sower. They were established in 1958. As was reported, there are over 100 quilts are made, hats, layouts. They provide school supplies, they do book bags for kids. And our money helps with buying the supplies that Margot needs for this group, and also if they need money for the school supplies and stuff like that. And Margot will talk more about the migrant sewers later. Do you recognize these pictures?
Yeah.
You recognize them. Look at how busy they are. And then there's more. Margot's mother's there.
I even got it.
Yeah.
You're in there?
Is that one?
But that's at the Migrant Tea.
That's at the Migrant Tea, yes. Okay, and then we have our scholarships. So just would like you to listen to one little testimony here.
Hi, my name is Chelsea Degenhart, and I'm currently a senior here at the University of Tampa. I'm studying graphic design, and I'm going to be graduating this upcoming May 2022. It's been such an honor to have been chosen as a recipient for this scholarship for the past 3 years. Education is such a big investment, and it's been such a blessing to know how good of a support system I have, and to have people like actually believe in me. With my degree in graphic design, I have been working with this company. It's a company in California, and I've been designing for events such as the Rose Bowl Stadium in LA. So this scholarship has given me so many opportunities and to allow me to continue on with school. My younger sister, Isabella Degenhart, she's also going to be graduating this upcoming May and has applied for this scholarship. I hope that she gets chosen as a recipient. She would be really lucky, and I know it would help her financially like it did for me, and I know it would open so many doors for her. And I just wanted to come on here and say thank you, and that I am incredibly honored and blessed to have this opportunity.
So at this time, I'd like to invite Susan Cheshire to come up and tell us a little more about the scholarships.
Well, we have a scholarship committee. There are 4 people, Jean Knopp, Margot, me, and Linda McGregor. And we've had just one meeting, and we're going to have another meeting in December. But we are trying to keep it going. We terribly much miss Ann Jones, who did this job for a long, long time and was so good at it. So we're trying not to mess it up. But we have currently 8 recipients. Chelsea, the one you just heard from, she did graduate. We would love to have any of you that would like to help with the committee to join our group, to see me after the meeting is over and let me know if you'd like to be a part of it. And I will, in closing, read a thank you note we got from William Burnett, Beth Burnett's son. That you'll know her from church because she does a lot with bread, and she has the dogs, guide dogs. Yeah. He says, "Dear Roser Gill, thank you very much for the college scholarship that you have awarded me. I really appreciate your continued support of my educational journey. School is going well. I aim to finish my sophomore year at Warner University. I'm currently majoring in agriculture and getting a minor in business. I'm really loving all of my classes and look forward to continued learning. Thank you again, sincerely, William Burnett." So we get some nice notes, and I think they do appreciate us.
He's the second one from the right.
I was going to say, Susan, can you identify these, any of them?
Probably not totally. I know one is Mary Doer's
Yeah, Mary Dewar's son is the black and white, grandson.
grandson.
Yeah, Albert, Jared,
And the one in
Albert.
the middle is Trey Maddox. His parents go here to church. They're always at the 10 o'clock service, and the mother's in Germany.
And I think the next one is Linda McGregor's grandson. And then this second one from the right is Will, and then this is Maggie Carter.
Maggie Carter, she sang in the chancel choir for a long time.
Yeah.
And she's doing the Christmas cantata with us. And she's majoring in theater, and she's in the current play at the Island Players. And she's just a really neat young girl. She lives right on Gulf Drive in Ann Maria.
Yeah. So these kids have connections to Roser Church, or their grandparents do. I'm sorry, I can't identify the first gentleman there, the first one.
And they don't have to have a connection with Roser.
They do not have to have a connection with Roser Church, but it's nice to know that we are supporting our,
Samuel Wright, probably.
huh?
He's probably Samuel Wright.
Samuel Wright, okay.
Just by process of elimination.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some of these go to University of Florida. I don't remember where Will went, but Maggie and Trey are going to State College of of Florida. So they're local and they're,
Wagner University, University of Central Florida, University of, no, State College of Florida, University of Florida, and Stevens University.
okay. I think that's where Will's going.
No, that's where Degenhardt is.
Will,
Degenhardt, oh yeah, because Isabella Degenhardt did get a scholarship.
Will's going over near,
Wagner University, yes, Wagner University.
Okay.
over in the middle of the state.
Orlando area or
Near Bog Tower.
Okay. So, we appreciate all of your support. We got, seven that we are supporting every year. So that's $1,500 a student, so it's quite substantial what we are giving. But again, thank you. And then I wanted to show you a picture of our board. Officers and board, we'll start at the left there. That's Margot, who is our treasurer. And then Sue Shin, our secretary. Joyce is our membership chairman. And then there's me. I'm co-chair with Nancy Ann, who's on this far right. Next to me is Barb Donor, who is our vice president. Then Jean Knopp, we all know Jean. She's head of Sunshine. Laura Ward is our assistant treasurer. And Peggy, oh, how many hats can I give you? Officially missions. And then we have Margaret Ark in the middle, who is our chair of the thrift shop.
And Nancy, did you mention?
Yeah, I did. I mentioned Nancy Ann as she also is co-chair, co-president. Okay. So as I said, remember what I said when we started out in 90, I found from 91 it was around 7,000, and look where we are now. We're up to 70,000. Our budget is very, very close to that every year. And how do we raise these funds? Through the thrift shop, through our fashion show, and through donations. And people have given very generously to the thrift shop, especially when we did our renovations. We had a couple of anonymous donors. One gave almost 20,000. Yeah, we don't know who. We had, I think another one gave 5. So there have been some anonymous donors that helped us. Otherwise, we would have had to go into our checkbook. But when we started that, we said, no, it's God's with us, and He's really telling us we've got to take that leap of faith, and we've got to go forward. And we did, and we've been blessed. Also through the help of many, many people. When a year ago we opened up our thrift shop, we honored many of the workers that helped out then. So how can I help? How can I help support the thrift shop? First of all, we ask everyone pray for us. I'm sorry, I said thrift shop. Guild. How can we help the guild? Pray for us. We need prayers. There's a saying that says it takes a village. It takes a village to make the guild grow and be successful. And we do need everyone's help. So this is everyone's opportunity to volunteer to help. God may be giving you an opportunity to serve, and through that service receive His blessings and joys. I just want to say an example of an answer to prayer, and that was when Ann Jones had to resign from the scholarship committee. And as Susan said, she basically did everything. She just basically did all of it. And we didn't realize how much she did until it was time for her to leave, and then we had to figure out, okay, what do we do from here? We got these kids that are really wanting to, well, they need us. They need the money. So I'm just so grateful and thankful to Susan Cheshire for agreeing to be chair, for Gina for continuing. And then it's Linda McGregor, and you said Margot.
Margo just writes the checks. which is
Write the check. And Peggy, are you on it?
Keeps us straight on.
Yeah, Peggy Buck,
Yeah.
Linda and Peggy both emailed me and said, yeah, I'll do this. And so we are just so grateful for them to step forward and to help us bless these children. We know many, many young women and men are going to benefit from the works of this committee. So one of the ways you can serve is to agree to be on the board or be an officer for the year 2024-25. We have our new elections. Or serve on one of the committees. We have the mission committee, the membership committee, the program committee, scholarship committee, the nominating committee, publicity committee, and sunshine. And I think what we've kind of get used to are the same people doing the same thing over and over again. And, you know, not that we're not happy to do it, but it would be so nice to have more people do it. So just consider, I mean, like membership, you don't even have to leave your home, but you could call. You could call people and remind them of the meetings. Or maybe you would like to be involved in when before the meeting setup and decorating. Edna just told me, thank you Edna, that she would like to do the Christmas decorations. So that is beautiful. She may need some help. So you may, if you want to just say, I could help, I don't have the ideas or whatever, I could come and I can set the tables, just whatever. Or you could be a greeter. Today Jean was our greeter and made sure everybody got their badges and they signed in and everything. And so that one little help doesn't have to be a big deal. And then afterwards we need people to clean up. And usually people just take their dishes and go home, and there's just you clean off the table, put tablecloths away. Charles takes care of the tables and chairs, and so there's not a whole lot you have to do. With our programs, we could use help with ideas. And maybe it's organizing them, helping us organize them, calling our speakers to make sure, you know, as a backup and make sure that they understand the time and place. With publicity, getting this in the papers, etc. And then maybe you'd like to be part of the devotions, giving a devotion. Maybe you're feeling led by God to do that. Our circles, we were meeting in homes. We'd like to get back to it. You may want to offer your home and then offer to help bring food. We don't expect it to be the responsibility of the person that's hosting. But yeah, if you would like to help with something like that, we have chairs. We're supposed to have a chair for both of them. Nancy Ann and Sue Shin are the chairs of both of them. And now there's a conflict with Sue, so I don't know how we're going to work that out. And Nancy Ann's gone for the while. So yeah, we do need someone that could do the phone calling and to help with getting people together. Because as we learned in our meeting on November, many of these women really want to be together. They want to have that time of fellowship and friendship. Migrant sewing, I'm going to ask Margot to come up and tell us a little bit about migrant sewing and what the needs are.
Well, this is just an example of one of the 210 quilts that we are giving away this week. Well, 10 of them went to the Onassis and their ones. The other 200 are going to the Manatee. Yeah, the Manatee School Department for the migrants, but the Onassis are for the migrants in Hillsborough County, I believe. Edna told me we should have taken a picture of her setup. She cuts the squares, some of the squares for me at home. We have people who cut squares at home. We have people that piece the quilts together at home. And Frida comes in on our twice a week, and she pieces quilts together. And then Barbara and Jean come in and tie them. We tie knots. And we talk. I think we talk more than we tie knots. But it's a good group of people. I think I've got 50 people on my emailing list, and I said when I was having potlucks, I would get 20, 25 people that would come that day so they could come to the potlucks at my house afterward. But the past 2 years, fabric has overtaken my house, my living room, my dining room table, my bedroom, and my sewing room. But I could use more people to sew. Sue does take a quilt home and ties it. It takes her 6 months or more to tie it, but well, 1 or 2 each adds up. If you look at our budget, there's a fairly substantial budget for migrant sewing, but I try not to spend it. But the only thing I spend it on is batting. And I said when I started less than 20 years ago, the batting was, maybe it was $10 for 10 yards, but that was 50% off quite often. Now I can't find it for less than $20 a yard, with maybe 40% off. So that has gone up. I do take donations of pretty sheets. Like this is a sheet that somebody donated. And cut part of the squares to match it on the top. We don't usually buy very much new material. We do buy flannel and fleece for the layettes. And we gave 40 layettes out this year. And I also have a few people that you'll see me knitting hats most of the time. We have 95 hats between the group that made the hats this year. So, any questions?
Meet on.
Oh, okay. We meet the 2nd and 4th Monday of the month, November through April. We have a question of whether we're going to meet the Monday after Christmas, the 26th, because the office will be closed. And I was also told the office will be closed the Monday after Easter, but I have a key to get us in if we want to meet. So I'm going to add one more thing. If you look up my telephone number in the printed church directory, that is not right, and my telephone number in the front of our directories are not right. But if you look back alphabetically, my cell phone number is listed there. So, and Nakia will give it from the office.
Thank you, because I do want to mention that as you came in, I do have an update of new addresses, Ann Jones' address, Margaret Art's address, and I made note of Margot's correct phone number, so hopefully we'll have all those updates done by next week, month.
You may not have Margaret Arts.
I did Surrey Place. Okay. And then there's Church Women United. Peggy's already talked about it, but if you are interested, you can call Peggy or call the church office if you want to come. And then also, if you offer to drive, that would be a big help. Just a small thing. So here are the other big thing, the fashion show. Look at those happy people preparing the food. So unfortunately, Laura is not able to be with us today. Laura Ward usually does the menu, she purchases all the food, she does a lot of that work. And then we all come in on Monday. And we spend Monday morning through almost half the afternoon. It's like almost a whole day, just to prepare the food. And we need a minimum, I think, of at least 10 people to come in. And you don't have to stay the whole time. If you can come in the morning and do something, that's great. If you can come in between. But if you could help out with just the food preparation, that would be wonderful. And then on Tuesday morning, we also had the problem of plating everything. So, and sometimes there's last minute fixing of stuff. So we need a crew in then too. And then to put it on the tables. There needs to be a setup group that does set all the plates out and the silverware and everything else, and make sure the drinks are out. And then we need a group to decorate the tables. And after all it's done, we need help cleaning up. And Margot, I said 5, but I bet you could use a lot more than 5. Yeah, because Margot she runs the dishwasher, and we just run that stuff through.
I need 5 people in the kitchen, the rest of them.
Yeah, 5 in the kitchen and the rest out here cleaning up the tables. Understand, we've done 100 people, we did 125 one year. We sold 125 tickets. It's pretty close. Last year we did 75 because we were coming back from COVID.
I think we did 89, but
Yeah, I agree, we kind of went over. So then we need models. Ginger Hune is no longer going to be our person in charge. We've got Peggy Lindsay from the thrift shop who's going to be doing it. She's already starting to bring outfits out and get models. So if you are interested in being a model, you need to let us know, and you need to come and pick out your clothes because we would love to have you model. Each person probably does 2 outfits, right? And I put 15 to 20. I don't know if we'll get that many, but it will have a nice style show. And we need backstage help with helping the people get their outfit just looking right and everything, and then to kind of time them when they come out. And then we need cashiers afterwards because we sell the outfits and we need people there to take the money. And we need greeters, and along with those greeters, we need people to sell tickets. So we usually have 2 people ahead of time selling the tickets first to the circles. Another reason to join a circle. You get first dibs on a ticket. And also we sell them at our guild meeting, our February guild meeting. And then what's ever left over, we can sell to the general public, church, etc. We try to make sure our members are included first. All right, so Peggy, you want to come up and talk about the thrift shop? Peggy is our person that schedules our thrift shop workers for inside cashiering.
Right. And to say we need volunteers is an understatement. We've been running into some difficulty filling spots. I'll just explain a little bit. To me, our primary purpose is we are the face of the church to the public, and we represent our church, and it shows the general public what we're all about. We answer questions about what we do, all the wonderful charities that we give to, and first and foremost, that's our purpose. We have 2 sections every day that we're open. One is inside the shop, and another one is outside the shop, which is called the annex. The annex person sits outside or stands or walks around or does whatever. They greet people, they answer questions, they direct people to go inside the shop to pay for anything they buy. They're also another face of the church because many people outside will ask about the church. When we have services, what kind of a church are we? Are we a denomination? So I think, it's a very good outreach for us. We have a couple wonderful men who come, and Dale Donor comes almost every day. and he opens up the garage doors, takes certain things out and puts it outside. Then he comes back at closing every day to put stuff back in. And the annex person who's ever working outside helps him do that. So that is a very important feature. I do have some trouble filling that spot. As you can see, like Dale Powers comes every week, except when he can't make it. Mike Piscatelli comes every week. Jim Lathrop comes every week. Right now, I'm filling in for the annex on Thursday afternoons. I have somebody, Liz Hager, will be doing that in December. So the annex is an important job, as well as inside the shop. Inside the shop, we have 2 shifts. Basically, each shift is basically 3 hours. The first shift, 9 to 12, get here around 8:45, set the shop up, get the cash out, get that all organized, make sure you have bags, that kind of thing, and then start greeting customers at 9 o'clock. Then at noon, the second shift comes in. Well, the shop's only open till 2 o'clock. So once 2 o'clock comes, the door gets locked. Then there's several tasks that have to be completed by that closing volunteers. One is doing the deposit, so counting all the money, which is quite an involved thing, the way it has to be listed. Then there's other tasks, picking up things off the floor. If you sometimes clothes fall down when customers looking, sometimes hangers are on the floor, people drop things. So going around cleaning that up, make sure the bathroom is tidy. We have a list of things that the closers have to do. And then at the very end of the shift, turn on we call it Rosie. What do they call that? Like a Roomba, that once you leave, that Roomba will handle the vacuuming. Because I guess in the past, the shift people had to do the vacuuming, so now the Roomba handles that vacuuming. So if you're working the afternoon shift, you're 2 hours with customers, and then you can be a half hour to 45 minutes doing the other tasks that are involved. So it's basically 2 3-hour shifts if you think of it that way. Saturday, we're open 10 to 1. So it's only one shift, but it is longer. And the same things have to be done. But as you can see, we do have people there. Diana Venera is a very good friend of Margaret Art's, and she comes most Saturdays. She always used to come and work with Margaret when Margaret came, and now she still comes most Saturdays. But we like somebody else from the church also to be there. So lately, I've been doing it. Peggy Nash has been doing it. So if anybody would like to do that, I'd be thrilled for someone to step up. Doesn't have to be, any of these shifts does not have to be every week. It can be once a month. It can be twice a month. If you want to work, we have 2 people, Donna Pope and Laura, who want to work every Thursday afternoon. So that's great. We have a couple people who want to work every Tuesday morning. So that's great. So if you would say be interested, I want to work every Tuesday afternoon, great. Or I want to work every Thursday morning, great. Or I only want to work 2 Thursdays a week. Or I want to work 1 Saturday a month. Or something like that. I will try to accommodate you as much as I possibly can. Right now, I'm working on the December schedule. Thought I had it pretty well planned out. Gretchen Petrasky. She let me know she was back from Wisconsin and wanted to work every Saturday. And I'm just thrilled because Saturday's a very hard day to fill. Well, then she just contacted me. She has to go back to Wisconsin for medical reasons. And I feel very bad for her. She didn't explain, but she just let me know she wasn't available. So that means I have an opening inside the shop every Saturday in December. So if anyone's interested in that. But again, I'm trying to create a pool of volunteers that I can draw from because life happens. You know, we have In the past, we've had a lot of people that came every week, same day, every week. But we don't have that so much anymore. And so if I can get a larger pool to draw from, that would really help. And I love that so many are flexible. Edna is just wonderfully flexible. Barbara Hicks has been flexible in the past. Donna works every Thursday. Peggy helps me a lot. Susan helps a lot. So we have a wonderful, wonderful group of volunteers. We just need a few more. That's all. And anyone who works there really enjoys it. I mean, I like working in the shop. It's really very fulfilling. It's interesting meeting all the different people on the island and what they come and buy. I cannot believe what they come and buy. Or some of the stuff I look and say, I probably wouldn't even put it out for sale. But people buy it. They're happy to get it. Unusual items, and it's been a joy. Right now, it's a bit of a challenge because I am struggling to fill positions. So if you or you want to spread the word, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much.
Well, the other piece of the thrift shop that we need help with is the restocking the shelves and sorting out donations that come. And so if you could help out either on a Monday, a Wednesday, or a Friday, we're usually there from 9 to 11, sometimes a little later, and we just need people to sort through the donations. If we can't use donations, we do give them away to migrants. We give them to our Loving Hands, that's the Turning Point. We make sure that they go someplace to be used again. We don't throw away a lot of things unless it's just really, even stuff, appliances and stuff that we cannot sell. We have that Diana comes with a big truck and we recycle. So we're trying to be good stewards. We're trying to be very, very good stewards of what is donated and how we can use it. And so I really appreciate anybody that can help. We have our need for our sorters on in the summer because we are very, very short-handed then. So anybody that is down here and can donate time, that is a big help. So we are the Guild. What can we expect this year? We have big plans.
A good budget.
A good budget, yes. We have a good budget. We have big plans. But also we have good big plans for our members. And just coming to the meetings is you will find is just such a blessing. Our circles are going to meet December 7th, as I said, in the Fellowship Hall. And what we're going to do this time is we're bringing Christmas cards and we're going to sign them for our shut-ins. I have a list of people of our shut-ins, and I'm going to read it. And if you think of anybody else, please make sure I know. Margaret Art, Fran Barford, Luann Barker, Bonnie Bickle, Helen Brown, Margaret Chapman, Nancy Ann Hall, Ann Jones, Martha Lowenson, Joan Gray, Phyllis O'Keefe. We got to remember her, don't we? Ann Morris and Marge Phillipson. So if there's someone on there that you just tell me later, I'll write it down and we'll make sure that they get a Christmas card from the Guild. I think that would just be kind of fun for them, just to remember. The other thing, December 13th, I've told you about, is our next meeting. It's a tea at 1 o'clock, a Christmas tea. And at our teas, for those that are new, we just do like desserts.
And sandwiches.
Or finger small.
Finger sandwiches, okay.
Yeah.
Mary Doer's, again, going to play her flute, and we'll be singing Christmas carols. On January 4th, we've got a special treat. Our circles are going to meet at the Holy Cow ice cream store in Holmes Beach at 10 o'clock, and we're going to have coffee, cookie, and ice cream on them. But I need you to sign up. So on the tables there is a sign-up sheet. It's right in front of you, Barbara. So if you are willing, you want to know right now, you can come, sign up for that. So I think I'm going to be limited to 25. Wouldn't it be wonderful? We have 25 at our circle, just like the old days. It's a Wednesday, yes. Then on January 10th will be our next luncheon, and we'll have a special speaker from one of our missions. We're hoping that it will be Bring on the Ministry, because this is our newest one. February 14th will be our Valentine Tea, and at that time we hope to make a project, have a make and take. Something like last year we did flower arranging. This year I was thinking, well, I'm not going to say because it can be a surprise. I gotta confirm some things first. March 14th is our fashion show. April 11th is our annual picnic. Our circles will meet February through April, but it's going to be determined by the group where and when. But we hope you will enjoy this year. Enjoy and join us when you can. Yeah, we are the Guild. And by working together, we can make an impact on others through loving Christ, sharing His grace, and serving all. We hope you will fill out your form and leave it on the table. And again, I thank you for coming and being with us today. So let's close with the benediction, and then we will do our door prizes, okay? May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make His face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up His countenance upon you and grant you peace. Amen.